Hello everyone, welcome to this one short revision of Chapter 11 Grassroots Democracy Part 2 Local Government in Rural Areas. In this video, we will clearly devise Panchayati Raj, the 3-tier system and the roles of Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Zila Parishad along with important examples. Remember, questions from this chapter are simple but scoring. Clear understanding means easy marks. Stay till the end and you will feel confident enough to answer any question from this chapter. Let's start the revision. Before we begin this chapter, let us remember what Mahatma Gandhi believed. He said that the real strength of India lies in its villages. According to Gandhiji, villages are the backbone of our country. That is why understanding how villages are governed is very important. This chapter focuses on how the government functions at the local level in villages. India is a vast and diverse country with about 6 lakh villages, around 8,000 towns and more than 4,000 cities. Its population has crossed 1.4 billion and nearly 2/3 of the people live in rural areas. Managing such a large and diverse population is a complex task, which is why local self-government at the village level is so important. Imagine a small village, Lakshmanpur, in the foothills of the Himalayas, with about 200 houses and 700 people, most of whom are farmers. Every day, villagers wake up early to tend their fields, grow crops, and look after their cows and goats. Some families have relatives serving in the armed forces, and a few young villagers have moved to the cities to find jobs. But life in the village isn't always easy. Villagers face many problems and needs, like making sure there is enough water for the fields, fixing roads after heavy rains, or keeping the primary school running. Sometimes there are bigger issues like disputes over land or crops being stolen. Can every villager run all the way to the state capital or even Delhi every time there is a small problem? Of course not. That's where the Panchayat comes in. It is the village council, a local group of villagers who take decisions, solve problems and manage the village. With the Panchayat, villagers don't have to beat. They can work together, fix problems quickly and plan for the future. Every village, including Lakshmanpur, has a Panchayat or village council. It allows villagers to take part in decisions that affect their daily lives. This system is called Panchayati Raj. It gives villagers a measure of self-governance. Panchayats solve local issues, plan development, and make sure government schemes reach the people. So, the Panchayati Raj system is a 3-tier structure, like a pyramid. At the bottom is the Gram Panchayat at the village level. Above that is the Panchayat Samiti at the block level. And at the top is the Zila Parishad at the district level. Together, these 3 levels take care of almost all aspects of life in the district. Their responsibilities include managing agriculture, providing housing, maintaining roads, managing water resources, supporting education and healthcare, promoting social welfare and organizing cultural activities. The system ensures that local needs are met efficiently and people are able to participate in governance at every level. At the base of the Panchayati Raj system is the Gram Panchayat, which is the closest level of government to the people in rural areas. Its members are elected by the Gram Sabha, which includes all adult voters of the village or neighboring villages. In the Gram Sabha, men and women discuss local issues and take decisions collectively. The head of the Gram Panchayat is called the Sarpanch or Pradhan. In recent years, more women have been elected as Sarpanch, increasing their participation in village governance. Yaneshwar Kamble, a transgender person, was elected as the Sarpanch of Taranfal village in Solapur district, Maharashtra in 2017. Kamble's motto is Lok Seva Gram Seva, which means service to the villagers, service to the public. Kamble defeated 6 other candidates to win the election, showing that Panchayati Raj allows people from all backgrounds to participate in local governance. Vandana Bahadur Maidar, a member of the Bill community from Kankandavi village in Madhya Pradesh, became the first female Sarpanch of a village, breaking patriarchal norms. She encouraged women to participate in Gram Sabha meetings and focused on important issues like education and sanitation. Vandana's work shows how women can play a leading role in transforming rural India and strengthening local governance. Hiware Bazar, a village in Ahmednagar district, Maharashtra, used to suffer from frequent droughts and poor agricultural yield. When Popatrao Baguji Pawar became its Sarpanch, he implemented Anna Hazare's model, including rainwater harvesting, watershed conservation, and planting lakhs of trees. These measures recharged groundwater and improved agriculture. With active participation of the villagers, Hiware Bazar became a green and prosperous village within a few years. For his outstanding work, Sri Popatrao Pawar was awarded the Padma Shri in 2020. The Gram Panchayat is supported by a Panchayat secretary who takes care of administrative work such as calling meetings and maintaining records. In many parts of India, the Gram Panchayats are also assisted by a Patwari, an officer who maintains the village's land records. In some cases, the Patwari even keeps maps that are several generations old. These roles ensure smooth functioning of the Gram Panchayat and help in managing village affairs efficiently. Panchayats are expected to listen to everyone's voice, including children. The child-friendly Panchayat initiative provides opportunities for children to share their ideas and opinions on issues that affect their well-being. In several states, children regularly participate in Bal Sabhas and Bal Panchayats, where village elders work to find solutions to their concerns. This initiative encourages the active participation of young citizens in local governance. In Maharashtra, some Bal Panchayats have taken action to eliminate child labor and child marriage. They have successfully brought many children back to school. The members of Bal Panchayats meet regularly to convince parents and other adults to send their children to school and not arrange marriages for girls who should be studying. This shows how children can actively participate in local governments and help improve the welfare of their community. Several Gram Panchayats have been recognized with awards for taking child-friendly initiatives. For example, the Sangu Radhu Kandu Gram Panchayat in West Sikkim has given special importance to children's needs and rights, ensuring that local governance takes young citizens into account and support their well-being. The Panchayat of Sangu Radhu Kandu built compound walls around schools to make them safer for children. It also constructed kitchens to ensure that students receive hygienically cooked midday meals. Because of these efforts to prioritize children's safety and nutrition, this Gram Panchayat has been recognized as a child-friendly Panchayat. In Rajasthan, the Children's Parliament, an initiative inspired by Bankar Roy's Barefoot College, empowered underprivileged children through education and democratic participation. Children aged 8 to 14 actively took part in governance processes, learning about democracy and social responsibility through night schools and parliament-like elections. The parliament followed formal procedures, including voter ID cards and campaigning. The elected representatives formed a cabinet that oversaw school management and advocated for community needs. This initiative developed leadership skills, social awareness, and encouraged children to challenge societal norms. They worked on important issues like access to education, sanitation, and social equality, contributing to the development of their communities. The Children's Parliament received several accolades, including the World's Children's Honorary Award in 2001. Similar institutions exist at the block and district levels, which are above the village level. The Panchayat Samiti at the block level acts as a link between Gram Panchayat and the Zila Parishad at the district level. The members of these institutions are elected by the local people, but they may also include other members such as the Sarpanch of villages in the area and local members of the state legislative assembly. These structures ensure that governance and decision making are coordinated across all levels of the Panchayati Raj system. The composition of Panchayat Samitis varies from state to state, but their main role is to strengthen the participation of local people in governance. They coordinate activities across Gram Panchayats by collecting development plans from each village and compiling them to present at the district or state level. This helps in the proper allotment of funds for development projects. Panchayat Samitis also implement government schemes such as the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, which focuses on constructing all-weather roads in rural areas. At all three levels of the Panchayati Raj system, special rules have been made so that disadvantaged sections of the population can raise their issues and make their needs heard. Additionally, 1/3 of the seats in these institutions are reserved for women, ensuring that women actively participate in local governance and decision making. It is important to remember that the structure and functions of the Panchayati Raj institutions can differ slightly from one state to another because the states have authority over them. However, their main objective remains the same: to enable villagers to actively participate in the management and development of their villages and the surrounding local area. The Arthashastra is an ancient text on governance written by Kautilya, also known as Chanakya, around 2300 years ago. It explains how a state should be structured and managed, how the ruler should perform their duties, how to make the economy prosperous, and even how to conduct war. Kautilya also described a detailed administrative hierarchy from the village to the provincial level. He recommended establishing a Sankrahan, a sub-district headquarters for every 10 villages, a Karvatik or district headquarters for every 100 villages, a Dronamuk for every 400 villages, and Stanya or provincial headquarters for every 800 villages. So in today's language, the 4 administrative units described by Kautilya can be thought of as follows. The Sangragan is similar to the Gram Panchayat or a cluster of villages. The Karvatika corresponds to a block or tehsil. The Dronamuk is like a district. And the Stanya is equivalent to a state or provincial headquarters. It is amazing that such a well-planned administrative structure was conceived more than 2000 years ago, showing how advanced ancient Indian government's ideas was. So the conclusion is, in rural areas, local government is organized into 3-tier system. Democracy in the Panchayat Raj system functions both through the direct participation of the people and through their elected representatives. These institutions provide people in rural areas a degree of self-governance, allowing them to manage their own issues and work together on development plans for their villages. So with this, we have completed the full revision of the chapter Grassroots Democracy Part 2 Local Government in Rural Areas. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye bye.